forward. Great. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to do some brief introductions, very brief, just so that we can see who's in the room. I'm going to give you a real quick reminder of what Green Westbourne is. I'm going to explain what we're hoping that this group is going to do. And then we've got 2 little tasks for the group today, one of which is to agree the overarching aims of Green Westbourne, and then the second one is to have a look at some core principles, which I will explain to you by the end. And we will finish by 2 o'clock on the dot, I promise. This is a Scouts or Star Trek promise, whichever you decide to do it. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second and we'll do some introductions. I think we've got everybody here now. Hello, Fahima, and hi, Neil.
Hello.
So when we do our introductions, if we can just say your name and if you're from an organisation, what organisation you're from, and if you're not from an organisation, what your connection to Westbourne is. And yes, Jeff's sky is dark.
Well, we're doing introductions, so obviously it seemed natural.
And then so your name, where you're from, and why you're interested in being part of the leadership. But yeah, try and keep it quick because we're just going to do a rattle round. So start off with Simon.
Hiya, I'm Simon Ryder. I run the floating classroom education barge, which has been working in the area for almost 20 years. And I'm really interested in getting involved because we've taught quite a strong environmental message on the boat. And this feels like a way of trying to have a more long-lasting impact in the local area.
Lovely, thanks, Simon. Father Henry, you're next on my screen.
Okay. Hello, I'm Father Henry Everett. I'm the Vicar of St Mary Magdalene's Church, and I'm also, and I live next to the church, and I'm also on the Westbourne Forum Committee, and I'm presently attempting to write a draft neighbourhood plan for the Westbourne Forum, and the forum's big idea is to make that plan very green based, and so it makes sense for me to be here and be part of these discussions.
Lovely, thanks, Father Henry. Justin, you're next.
Hi everyone, my name's Justin Newman. I'm a service manager for St Mungo's Harrow Road Assessment Centre. And why am I interested in being part? I suppose I'm interested that our service is as much a part of the community as it can be, and our homeless guys and girls tend to find that quite difficult. So I'm keen to find ways to engage and be a part of what's going on.
Lovely, thanks, Justin. And Jessie.
Hello, yes, I'm Jessie Palmer. I'm Community and Cultural Learning Coordinator at WAYS, and very excited to be part of this group because definitely in terms of our curriculum that we will be offering next year, and we did start actually some green, more of a green agenda this year. But certainly we are looking to have more green goals on our curriculum. So the gardening courses we did this year did quite well. And in fact, across all of our curriculum, now for Ofsted, we will need to put green sustainability on, in every class, that it has to be part of our course offer. So in every class, there needs to be reference into this. So yeah, that's just a new thing.
Wonderful, thank you. And Jeff, everyone's going to move around in a minute, aren't they? But anyway, Jeff.
I'm Jeff Biggs. I am an elder of Westbourne Park Baptist Church, and I'm the CEO of Westbourne Park Family Centre that works to support families in the local community. And so I work with 0 to 18s and parents. And I chair the Westbourne Forum, and I love Westbourne. One of the things about Westbourne is a lot of concrete and a lot of people that don't talk to each other, and lots of estates and lots of small flats and things like that. So, you know, Green Westbourne is a brilliant way to connect the community together, to get people outside, to look at making the most of what there is. And actually there is lots of, you know, opportunities to Green Westbourne. So I'm just really excited about being on board with this, and it's yeah, great to be here for this first leadership meeting.
Lovely, thanks Jeff. Great. Neil, you're next on my screen.
Hi everybody, great to see you all, and good to see you, Simon. I haven't seen you for donkey's years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm really excited about it. It's been a while. I'm really excited about this. I think that we've been involved with PDT. I'm director of PDT, or chief executive, whatever you want to call it, of PDT, and have been so for 20 odd years. We've been variously involved in little green things from the very beginning. But this is finally coming into its own because government have woken up to it, local authorities have woken up to it, and I think all the work that Lizzie's done in doing the spade work on this stuff, plus the fact that the neighbourhood plan, if it were to be given a green context, is a very exciting possibility. So I think Westbourne itself is phenomenal. As Jeff says, there's a lot of concrete, but there's also a lot of green. And we want to be able to start using that green productively, educationally, and tie into the whole range of green economics that are going to appear in terms of skills and jobs over the next, well, however long we've got to really make an impact on this. So I'm very excited about it. I have to say, I'm going to leave when I get a call coming in from the United States, which is a bit annoying. So I will just say now, bye-bye, and disappear quietly when that happens.
Okay, thanks, Neil. Great. Jamiran, you're next on my screen.
Hi, my name is Jamiran Bibi. I am a resident and also a community champion. I'm a keen gardener, so this really appeals to me, and I'm really excited to see some positive green changes within Westbourne.
Lovely, thanks, Jamiran. Also an allotment holder too. And Liz, you're next on my screen.
I'm Happy Lizzie from Happy Lizzie Event Planning, and I work with a lot of the organisations who are already mentioned. We are planning the Westbourne Festival. We just bought an electric van. That's how green we are. Happy Lizzie believes in the future. We work with Queen's Park Community Council, and we work with Westminster Council, all who have declared a climate emergency and who are all going carbon neutral by 2040. And we are right behind that, and we're right behind this venture, and I think Lizzie's doing a fantastic job on it. The other Lizzie. the original Lizzie, she says. Yeah, so miserable Lizzie. Yeah, no, it's good. All good.
Everyone now has now moved around, but Darren, you are next on my screen there.
Hi everyone, I'm Darit Berhe, and I'm also with the Community Champion. Yeah, why am I interested? Because I think I believe making a good use of the greener area we have, it's really important, be it for children from school to actually learn where the food comes from, or even adults to come out and socialize and have a good time and make the most out of the green area.
Lovely, thanks Derek, super. Anta.
1 minute. Quiet. Afternoon, everyone. Sorry.
Hey,
my name is Lita Glover. I'm a local resident as well as a maternity champion. For me as a person, I love outdoors. Not so much during the winter, but so for me, anything to make it, greener is literally got my name on it. And I believe that if you have, things in your doorstep, you should be able to make the most of it rather than traveling miles away to go and enjoy certain things. So if we can make that happen collectively over here, and then that would be great. So yeah, that's why I'm involved in this. Thank you.
Lovely, thanks, Ansar. And thank you for multitasking and joining us as well. So, Fahima, you're on mute, Fahima.
Yes. My name is Fahima. I'm a Westbourne champion and also I'm a resident. But as a mom, I would like to join any activities relevant to the gardening or anything. I'm so excited to know what's going on more in this meeting.
Lovely, thanks, Fahima, super. And Layla.
Hi everybody, I'm Layla Sarik. I work with Lizzie Vetcher. I'm the project worker for Westbourne Champions. I'm in this meeting to basically, I really want to get to know more about what's happening in Green Westbourne. I'm also more of an outdoor person. I enjoy health, well-being, fitness especially. So as the champions have been saying about the gardening, we have community gardening, which we're all really actively involved. And something that has happened is a lot of people are more interested in about, how health, nature and well-being, how the two connect. So yeah, I'm here to learn more about it and for you guys to share your ideas as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Layla. And then last but not least, Ade.
Hi, my name is Ade and I'm also a resident and a Westbourne champion. I've joined this meeting or this group because I also would like to learn more about the area, and also I'm a mother, so I want to work towards making Westbourne greener for the children, and so that they can enjoy outdoors more.
Wonderful, thanks, Ade. Okay, super. So we are introduced. This is our leadership group. There are a couple of people who couldn't make it, but it's wonderful to have so many of you here today. So I'm sharing my screen again. I'm going to give a whistle-stop refresher of Green Westbourne. So Green Westbourne aims to make life better for people in Westbourne by making the area greener, healthier and wilder, and by improving access to green jobs. It's kind of been born out of London being made the world's first national park city, and I am a national park city ranger. I've got a t-shirt, look. Ooh. So I'm wearing my National Park City Ranger City t-shirt. If anyone wants to know more about the National Park City, just ask me. And it's kind of happening under the umbrella and with the support of Westbourne Forum, which is great. And is making use of and kind of working alongside the place shaping works that are going to be happening along the canal side in Westbourne. So what is Green Westbourne? It's three things. The first thing is it's a shared vision for the future of Westbourne, and it's going to be one of the main tasks of this group to decide what that shared vision is. It's a network of residents, organisation and businesses who are working together to make Westbourne greener, healthier and wilder. We had the first meeting of that network in May, which is bigger than this group, and we're going to be having those meetings each quarter. And then based on the vision and kind of supported by that network, it's going to be a series of projects and initiatives And again, this group's going to be deciding kind of what we prioritise in terms of projects and initiatives, but it could include landscaping, wildlife, and wilding and greening works, food growing, volunteering and resident training, being active outdoors, nature connecting activities, school and youth projects, and green enterprise and employment schemes. Just a little reminder that when we're talking about Green Westbourne, we're talking about the whole of Westbourne Ward, not just Westbourne Green, right over to Tavistock Road towards the west, and right up to the Amberley and the area around Paddington Arts in the north. So what is the leadership group? So we are the leadership group. The leadership group is a smaller group out of the Green Westbourne network that's going to set the direction for the project. We decided we wanted at least 50% of the group to be local residents, and I think we're doing pretty well with that today, and that we are kind of represent a wide cross section of the Westbourne community. And by having this leadership group, we can make sure that the Green Westbourne Project represents local needs, interests and priorities. So kind of, if you're sitting here thinking, what am I doing in this group? Don't think that, because everyone here I know has such a valuable insight into Westbourne, valuable insight into kind of what's needed in the area, what's going to really kind of make a big difference to people's lives. So it's really great that you're all here. So what is this group going to do? Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is by the end of September to finalise a plan for the first year of the Green Westbourne Project. And that kind of vision and plan will be made based on your understanding and experience of local areas, from living in the area, working in the area, working with residents in your various roles. The outcome of the canal side consultation, which is being led by Westminster Council, and then some wider kind of surveys with Westbourne residents and organisations and businesses that we're going to be doing. So that is your mission, to finalise a plan. What will the plan look like? It's going to have an aim, which is one sentence that says what the Green Westbourne Project does. It's going to have some principles, so that we're going to decide what we would like the project's approach to be. It's going to have a vision for Westbourne, so that's what the project is working towards achieving. So what do we want Westbourne to look like when this project has finished? And then it's going to have some projects and activities. So how can we put that vision into practice, whether that's gardening projects or training or new facilities in the area. And then what we're going to choose in that plan is priorities for the first year. So in our group, we're going to say these are the things that we think are the important things to start on first. These meetings will be 1 hour long. We're going to have one meeting per month, apart from in August. They're going to be focused as much on discussion, reflection and feedback as possible. This one probably is going to have the least, because I'm telling you all about what we're doing. We're going to have a lot of breakout rooms so everyone feels comfortable to talk, and it would be great if everybody could help to play a role in that. So if you're somebody who goes to a lot of meetings and feels pretty confident talking in them, please do bear in mind that not everyone feels that way, and kind of keep an eye on how much you're contributing and if there's space for other people. And it's always good to ask, what do you think, to the other people in your group as well. And thank you very much to my Zoom assistants who are going to help share things in the room. A little bit of a timeline. So our meeting today, we're going to be focusing on looking at the overarching aim of the project and the core principles. Potentially in our July meeting, but I'll talk about that later, we're going to have a lot of fun thinking about what our vision for Green Westbourne is going to be. I'm kind of looking forward to that one. And we may also have somebody in from the canal side consultation to talk to us then as well. And then in our September meeting, we're going to look at what types of projects Green Westbourne will cover, and then that's when we're going to choose our priorities for what we should focus on in the first year, which will be our project plan pretty much finalised, and then we can think in terms of this group, what are the next steps. So does anybody have any questions about the leadership group? Does that seem okay? I'm just going to stop sharing for a second so I can see people's faces. So thumbs up if that sounds okay and you're happy and it makes sense. Yes, thumbs up. Okay, great, lovely, amazing. Fahima gave me a technical thumbs up. Well done, Fahima. And thumbs up. Okay, great. So that goes on to task 1. Oh yes, Jessie, you got a hand up.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong one.
That's okay.
Really sorry.
That's all right.
I'm new to Zoom.
It's happened to me a lot of times. Okay, well actually, this is also a version of I'm agreeing, isn't it? Putting your hands up. So technically it is right. Okay, so yes, so task 1 is agree an overarching aim of the project. So an overarching aim of the project is one sentence. It's a bit difficult. It's one sentence that sums up what the project is trying to do, trying to achieve. And we do have a sentence that we've been using so far. We used it to tempt you along to these meetings. And we've been using it when we've been talking, but I think what we really wanted to know is, do we think that that's a good sentence to carry on using? So are we ready to see the sentence? This is the big reveal of the sentence. Here it is. So here's the sentence. It is: Green Westbourne will improve the life chances of Westbourne residents by making the ward greener, healthier and wilder, and improving access to the green economy and green jobs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put us into breakout rooms for 5 minutes to talk about whether we like that sentence, and my breakout room hosts are going to share the sentence so that you can have a look at it. So great. We've been joined by Keith. Keith, did you just want to quickly introduce yourself before we go on?
Clearly not.
I think.
Yeah, sorry, yes, I will. Sorry, I was just turning, I meant to turn on my video and turned off my audio instead. Yeah, just to say, yeah, I work in housing at Westminster Council, and I've worked around the Westbourne area for many years. I did mention in my note to Lizzie about joining this management group that it might be something I'll share with a colleague, Ian Merriman, who gets more involved with gardening projects and tends to do that sort of stuff around our estate. So that's a particular area of interest for him. So possibly between us, it'd be good for both of us to have an awareness of what's going on to be able to support it. So that's me.
Lovely. Thanks, Keith. Super. So everybody's been having a chat about our overarching aim, and I'm going to get some notes on your conversations from the room hosts. What we're going to do is, right at the end, I'm going to ask in your groups for you to choose one thing to feed back to everybody else, because the session's just an hour. We don't have a lot of time for kind of feeding back from the breakout room. So I hope that's okay with everybody. But I hope that you had I did hear some interesting conversations happening. So what I'll do is kind of condense it all and then feed back at the beginning of the next meeting, if that's okay, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to go back to these slides. So we've had a chat about the overarching aim. And then the second task for you today is to agree core principles of the project. So core principles of the project are all about what type of project we want Green Westbourne to be. So thinking about how the project works, who we want it to involve, and kind of things that will go through every aspect of the project that we want to bear in mind. So again, we have got a list of potential principles that we've been using so far when we've been communicating about the project, but wanted to kind of get your views on these, see if there's anything missing, anything you think shouldn't be in there, and also kind of from what I've said about the plans of the project, do you think that there's anything missing in the plans kind of based from the principles? So hopefully that will become clear. The core principles that we've got so far is that the project should be led by the local community, that it should take a whole community approach. So that's engaging Westbourne residents and businesses and organisations in as many parts of their lives as we can. So that it's not just about food growing or just about kind of mindfulness, that we're really going at it from a lot of different approaches, so that people struggle not to engage with the project. A flexible and opening approach to what engagement with nature looks like. So I guess the traditional things that we've talked about, like food growing or bird watching, but also just, you know, doing other activities just in an outdoor space, but really kind of taking a really open approach to what that looks like. Celebrating and reflecting Westbourne's diversity, recognising and making the most of the connection between health and nature, using the arts as a way to engage people, to reflect and to channel creativity, building and strengthening relationships in Westbourne and beyond, looking at sustainability and succession plans and ongoing maintenance for all of our aspects of the projects, so that we're not setting things up that are just going to fail in a year or two. And children and young people are empowered and involved at every stage. And that it's an intergenerational approach, so we bring together older and younger residents to foster greater understanding and respect between generations. So this list, I would say, has evolved over the last year, and different people have added different things. So I think it's really useful to hear from you guys what you think should be in there, what you think shouldn't be in there, what's missing. Does everybody understand kind of, even just a bit vaguely, what we mean by the core principles? If you don't, give me a wave, because yeah, okay, perfect. So I'm going to open up the breakout rooms again. The hosts have these core principles on 2 slides, a little bit bigger, so you can have a little bit of a look at them. And then yeah, and we're going to come back from this session at just past 10:02, so it's not a long time to think about it, but if you have one key point to feedback to everybody from your group, then that would be great. Okay, so thanks everybody. We've just about got time to do very quick one kind of feedback point from that, so from the project host. So Jeff, did you want to just one kind of out from your
yeah, David pointed out, should we have something for accessibility for people with disabilities or special needs? We don't have any sort of specific core principle there, so we thought that that was important.
Okay, lovely, wonderful. And Liz?
We reduced it, we think we could be reduced from 10 principles to 5 principles. We were grouping together some principles that seem to be similar principles, that so to have 5 clear principles rather than 10 that says similar things.
Amazing. Okay, great.
I will share notes as to how we achieved that after.
Thank you. Sounds like very impressive for 10 minutes. Great. Okay, and Jamiran.
So we for the similar as well, like to condense it down to about 5. We really like the idea of wanting to, because it's all inclusive, everybody, whereas we weren't so keen on number 9 and number 10, because it was kind of excluding other people out, and it wasn't, I think Simon would say it a bit better than how I'm putting it, but it wasn't very inclusive, and it was like more subcategories.
Okay, great. That makes sense, Jamira. You explained it very well, I think. Super. And Layla, did you want to take away from your group?
Yeah, so we were focusing more so on point number 4 for the core principles about the diversity, to include also the culture, but also people's skills and knowledge, and basically having an idea of how all of those cultural ideas and where they come from, bringing them together. Also, point number 7, instead of Westbourne and beyond, to maybe include wording like wider communities. And then number 8, sustainability is where we actually was focusing a lot of attention, in the sense of when we do these projects, how we can keep it going from generations to generations. So starting young and going on. Those are the 3 areas.
Okay, wonderful. So some really interesting conversations there. So when we get the notes back from the project hosts, then we'll try and compile those changes into like a final version to kind of bring to you for the next meeting. So thank you very much for that. And we've got 5 minutes left. We are on time, which is good. Next steps. So I'm going to do a poll now, because we've got 2 options. The first option is to have our next meeting in the last week of July, which would be the same as today, 1 hour. And I would do a doodle to set the date. But I know that people might be going away and things. So the second option is to, instead of do the meeting in the last week of July, to have a longer meeting in September. So we go for 2 hours in September instead of 1. So I'm going to do a poll, which should pop up on your screen, and you can vote for which option you would like to do. We'll see. So if you can't see the poll, then give me a yow.
How do I vote? Won't let me vote. I can see it. Then
can you roll down? Or
I think the poll popped up response now.
You closed it too soon.
Yeah.
What do
you no, I can't vote.
You can just tell me your have I closed it? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, it's continue. Okay, sorry, okay, cool. I did that by mistake. Everyone vote again, sorry. So smooth.
Lizzie, I don't think we can vote because
we can't vote.
Hosts.
Yeah, there's no button to click on it.
Right, let's ignore the polls. Okay, hands up if you prefer to meet at the end of July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 from Justin, 7 from Jamira, and okay, it's passed. We're meeting at the end of July. Hooray! We didn't even need polls. We just needed our hands. This is a good lesson for life. Okay, wonderful.
That's school holidays. Yeah, we know that's school holidays.
Does everybody know that it's during
last
the
week
school
in July?
holidays?
Yeah, the last week of July is school holiday.
Yes, it is during the school holidays. Is everyone still happy with that option?
Yeah.
It's still the same. I mean, if we do it in August, the kids are still gonna be here, so it makes That's why I said whichever.
So the other option, Tara, is to do a longer meeting in September once the kids are back in school. So
I'm okay with end of July. It's fine.
Okay.
I think in July would be good, so we can know what we're preparing for in September. Okay. We look forward to something.
We'll do July, and if you have childcare commitments, then that's totally understandable, and I can have a chat with you separately. So yeah, okay, all right. We've got 2 minutes left before our cut-off point of 2 o'clock. So the next steps, we're going to meet at in the last week of July. We're going to be agreeing a vision for Green Westbourne. I'm going to make it as fun as possible, so your kids may want to join in if they're a little bit older. Then it may be kid friendly. It may involve drawing and pictures. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to be thinking about a vision Before that, we're going to have a stall at the Westbourne Festival.
Say that you're not allowed in this meeting.
Oh, I'm just going to. Yeah, so we're going to have a stall at the Westbourne Festival, and to help us to create the vision and priorities, and we're going to ask people, how would you like Westbourne to be greener, healthier or wilder, and kind of give them some of the project ideas that have already been raised and get them to vote for which ones they like the sound of. So if anyone's interested in helping out, I know a lot of people are already very busy at the Westbourne Festival, but if you're not already busy at the Westbourne Festival and you want to help out, just let me know. And at the moment, we've got Jeff's daughter is holding the fort on the Green Westbourne stall, but yeah, it would be nice to find her a friend to keep her company for the day. So and that's it really. I think the time is now exactly 2 o'clock. And I think that is the end of the meeting. So thanks everybody so much for joining, and yeah, I look forward to continuing our Green Westbourne journey in July.
Yeah. Thanks, Lizzie. Thanks. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Lizzie. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.